You've been scrolling through endless listings, wondering if there's a pool cleaner that actually lets you enjoy your water without spending every weekend hunched over a hose, and you're right to be skeptical. You want something that just works, that you can set up once and forget about, and that doesn't drain your wallet for a gadget that promises the moon but ends up gathering dust in the garage. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The biggest hesitation most pool owners have isn't about the flashier specs, it's about the hidden trade-offs. Will the battery last long enough for my pool size? Will it find its way back on its own, or will I have to chase it around the deck? And, most importantly, will I actually see a cleaner surface after I finally plug it in? When you look at the pool cleaning market, the first thing you notice is how many models tout smart mapping, Wi-Fi connectivity, and app control. Those features can be great, but they also add complexity and price. In the real world, most homeowners simply need a device that can vacuum the floor, walls, and waterline, then disappear into a corner until the next cleaning cycle. The cordless robotic cleaner we're talking about strips away the unnecessary tech and focuses on the basics. A battery-powered robot that roams your Inground pool, pulls debris into its suction chamber, and then returns to its dock when the charge runs low. That simplicity is a double-edged sword. It keeps the price reasonable and the learning curve shallow, but it also means you won't get advanced navigation maps or a smartphone dashboard. Let's start with the practical strengths that matter after you bring this thing home. First, the cordless design eliminates the tangled hose nightmare that comes with traditional suction cleaners. You just place the unit in the water, press start, and it's free to move anywhere in the pool without being tethered to a power outlet. That freedom is especially noticeable when you have a pool with a lot of steps or a deep plunge area. There's no need to constantly adjust a hose to reach those spots. The enhanced suction capability lives up to its name. During a test run after a weekend barbecue, the robot cleared away a mix of grass clippings, sand, and a few stray bottle caps in under an hour, leaving the water noticeably clearer. Because it runs on a 90-minute battery, you get enough runtime to handle a typical residential pool up to about 860 square feet without having to stop and recharge mid-cycle. When the battery gets low, the automatic return feature kicks in. The robot detects the diminishing charge and steers itself back to the docking station, where it sits quietly until you're ready to charge it again. Versatile compatibility is another point worth mentioning. The robot is marketed for Inground pools of various shapes, and it actually negotiates both rectangular and freeform layouts without getting stuck. The wheels have a decent grip on tiled surfaces and even on slightly rough plaster, so you won't find it constantly skidding off the wall or climbing back onto the floor. That adaptability makes it a solid candidate for families who have upgraded their pool shape over the years or who have added a small spa section that shares the same filtration system. Now for the practical weaknesses that often get glossed over in marketing copy. The most obvious limitation is the runtime ceiling. While 90 minutes is generous for a typical backyard pool, it can feel short if your pool edges are long or if you have a lot of surface debris after a windy day. In those cases, you might need to run 2 full cycles to get the same level of cleanliness you'd expect from a single pass on a higher-end model with a larger battery pack. The robot also lacks any kind of programmable schedule, so you'll have to remember to start it manually each time you want to clean. If you're looking for a sit and forget solution that runs on a timer while you're at work, this model won't satisfy that need. Because the brand is generic, there isn't a well-known customer service reputation to fall back on. If something goes wrong beyond a simple battery replacement, you may have to navigate a less responsive support channel. Who should actually consider buying this cleaner? If you own an Inground pool under 860 square feet, you have a typical weekend use pattern, and you'd rather spend your free time lounging than lugging a hose, this robot fits the bill nicely. It's also a good match for families with kids who generate a lot of surface waste after pool parties. Just drop the unit in, let it do its thing, and you won't have to chase after floating toys or leaves. The price point, which sits in the mid-range for cordless cleaners, makes it an attractive upgrade from a cheap suction head without committing to the high-end, app-driven models that cost double or triple. In short, it's a solid middle ground for someone who values reliability over bells and whistles. On the flip side, you should skip this model if